Alright guys, thank you for returning to my YouTube channel for another video. My name is James Visser. I'm going to be going over another video today. This one is just going to be kind of a real brief summary of three different investment types, three different ways to invest in real estate. So I'll probably get more in depth with each one of these methods in the weeks to come, but this week I just kind of want to give you a broad summary of all three of the types that I'm going to be covering. So with that being said, let's hop right into it. Okay, investment types. Alright, so type number one is short-term investing, which is basically flips and stuff of that nature. This is a little bit better than long-term in the way of we don't know how to forecast. If anyone knew how to forecast, they would be, I don't know how to forecast, I would be a billionaire, and I would assume probably the same to whoever's watching this. We don't know the future, and short-term, like we've been over, a bell curve is kind of what the market does. So it'll become, it goes through recessions and it goes through up times, okay? And most experts say, and again, no one knows if this is true, but the consensus is that right now we're here. So we don't know how long this is going to go up. It could crash tomorrow. It could go for another 3 or 4 years. Luckily, most people don't think we're up here, they think we're here in the growth period, which is a good thing. So the short-term method of investing basically entails buying things at a good rate below the market rate, so you're getting a good deal, and it's going to be 6 months or less, okay? So basically you want to buy here. Here's the house that you buy. So you buy this house, and the goal is to flip and add value to this house. So now you not only get the house back up to market value, but hopefully you even increase it to above market value for the caliber of home that you're flipping. So that way, in a 6-month period, all this right here is positive equity. Okay? Now the biggest key is to do it, like I said, quickly, 6 months or less. 6 months or less, and to make sure that you buy a place for well below the market value. Because if you get a place here and you try to add value, you might make a little money, but now you've got a lot less room for error. You only got that much room for error. And then in the 6 months, if the market does happen to slow by the time you sell, now, you're likely to just earn, make back your investment. So the key is buy low, really flip and put a lot of positive equity into the house and get that thing right back up on the market and make sure that you're getting it in and out quick, okay? So short term, basically it's going to look like stuff like this. And, even if you do it up here, if you're buying low, and it still gives you room to play with. Even at the peak, if you're doing things fast, it really limits your chances of getting badly hurt, okay? So let's hop into type number 2. Alright, long term, okay? So basically long term, I'm going to branch into 2 different categories, and that's going to kind of sum up what this week's about. So type number 1, and this is one that I like to recommend to a lot of my clients that are single, don't really have a family or a girlfriend, or basically they're just on their own, they're trying to build their net worth, and they're trying to get some good, solid investments under their belt. A lot of times what I'll recommend is multi-units, okay? So that a multi-unit is anywhere from 2 to 4 separate units purchased as one, okay? Now the benefit of this is, let me kind of draw it out. Here's 4 houses, Terrible artwork, yes, I know that, but just kind of trying to go through this quick, so don't worry about the artwork. Say you live in this one. So you're living here. You're renting out this one, and this one. All three of these. So all of these are generating income to you, who's the owner of all four of these units, and you're living in one. So more than likely, when I punch in the math for my clients on these type of units, especially if it's a 4-unit, usually not only are you going to completely cover your mortgage on all four of these, a lot of times you're going to be making positive cash flow while living there. And then what happens is, say you get a family and you want to move to a single family home, now you're also renting this one, you hang on to it, now you're getting positive cash flow from all these to you up here. So you're just generating cash flow, okay? Now this is something that honestly, once you own one of these, there's probably no reason to ever really sell it, because while the housing market, while buying and selling homes fluctuates as far as cost goes, the rental market doesn't really fluctuate. It pretty much goes very steadily just up. Not real fast or anything, but it doesn't really ever fluctuate down, at least not a lot, if it does at all go down. So this is one that I recommend to a lot of people, especially if you're trying to get a good investment under your belt right out the gate. You cannot go wrong with the multi-unit investment. So if you're interested in looking in one of these, I love dealing with these. Go ahead and shoot me an email, james@judsonrealestate.net, or like my Facebook page, and we can talk about it and go over some options. So the next option is, say you heard that and you're like, well shoot, I do have a family. I got a couple kids and a dog and maybe a cat, Now you're like, well, what do I do? Okay, well next we got single family home, okay? So say you buy a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, single family home, and say you buy it, like I said, we're probably right here right now. Most people are saying. I don't know that, again, I can't forecast it, and neither can you, so we're just guessing here. But say you buy there, okay, and you hold on to this thing. Let's say you live there at least 10 years. More than likely, your house, there are going to be times where it's worth less than you bought it for. More than likely. But since you're holding on to it, you can keep an eye on what your neighbors' houses are selling for, and houses that are in the same area, in the same style of houses, and see what they're going for. Then 10 years down the line, say you want to sell and maybe upgrade to a bigger place or downsize to a smaller place, whatever your situation may be. Odds are good, like I've said before, the market will typically go through waves, but it usually trends up. So as long as you keep an eye on it and know where your house is at, odds are good you'll be able to sell, somewhere over here. So although it's not a short-term one where you're doing 6-month little bursts and trying to just repeat that process, you're still gaining solid equity and net worth the whole time. So again, we got short-term, the one I showed you at first, where you're trying to do everything in 6 months or less, trying to get a place well below market value, make sure you add equity to the house and the renovations that you do, get that thing right back on the market, make sure you got an agent that can really sell that thing and create demand, james@judsonrealestate.net. Get that thing up, get that thing sold. If you're single and you're just trying to really get one rock solid investment that you can hold on to for your life, multi-unit is a really, really good way to go. I like dealing with these. Be sure to reach out if you have any questions. And then last but not least, if you got a family and you want just a 3-bed, 2-bath, 4-bed, 2-bath, whatever it may be, just make sure you get it at a good competitive price with a low interest rate, which right now we have really low interest rates, so it's a good time to do that. You're probably looking at anywhere between 3 and 3.75%, historically low rates. So as long as you're going to hold on to that thing I can almost guarantee you that over a long period of time there will be opportunities to sell for more than you bought for. Okay, so anyways, I hope this video kind of helped. I'm going to get more in depth in each one of these things in future videos. I hope you guys liked it. If you have any questions, get me on my James Visser Realtor page, my personal Facebook page, facebook.com/JamesVSSR. Go ahead and shoot me a follow on Instagram at James Visser, always doing cool stuff on there. And last but not least, like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one.